Hello and welcome to episode 5 of episode 5.
Yeah, I think so already.
Of Absolute Cuts. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just looking at this here, and you're going to have to explain
I've
this
had
from off the bat.
I've had a hell of a weekend.
Okay.
My wife and kids went away on Friday.
Okay.
To visit relatives, and my plan was I was going to dye my hair because I've done it loads of times at different points, and I get bored, and so I was going to do it. So I went and bought all the shit from B&M when I got back, but I didn't have enough time to do it before I went to my gig that night. So I did a gig in Ayrshire that night, and my plan was I'd come back. Right, it was like fucking Henry VIII kind of shit. I was going to come back, have a bath, right. Then
kill your wife,
dye my hair, and then I was gonna. This was about 1 o'clock in the morning, right? And I was gonna have a steak dinner, so I'd bought like a fillet steak, and I was gonna make peppercorn sauce and everything, right? So this was my plan. And then I came back in, and I was like, right, I had a bath, and then I put all the shit in my hair, right, and that had to stay in. It says to stay in for like 30 to 45 minutes,
right,
and. I was like, right, while that's doing that, I'll do this. I'll have my steak.
Oh, no.
But so before this, I'd got back and I'd had a couple of beers, right? And I'd opened up a bottle of wine, so I'd had like maybe a couple of beers and maybe like half a bottle of wine by this point, right? So I was like, I'm quite like
onward.
I put this in, and I was like, I'm gonna go and sit, and I'll put like TV on or something like that. So I went through, put the TV on, and then I fell asleep, right? I just like because I'm so fucking tired because the kids are on. Their school holidays just now. It's the most tired I ever get all year because it's just like
a second job.
I still have to do the normal job, which isn't the hardest job in the world, but and then look after them. So I was so knackered, so I just fell asleep like that, and I woke up. Now this stuff's supposed to be in for 45 minutes. I woke up 3.5 hours later, right? Now I hadn't like touched anything because I basically fallen asleep like that.
I wish you did it with a tan,
like a proper. Like a proper fucking old man sleep, but because it'd been in there for so long and it's basically just peroxide bleach, my head, I honestly felt like I was being eaten alive by like fire ants and some shit. So then I go and wash it off and get relief like cold water, and then it was only the next day I was like kind of. Because it turned out terrible as well, because it turned out too yellow. So then I was like, apparently I need toner on it, and then I need purple shampoo and shit. Like, so this is it again, a bit lighter. Right? No. But whereas Saturday it looked fucking horrific. It was like bright orangey kind of stuff, and I couldn't do anything because I had to drive to Cardiff that day, and then so I'm in the car. So I got a hire car.
Yeah,
I picked up a hire car on the Friday. I'm driving down to Cardiff 6.5 hours, and I'm kind of itching my head, and I feel like kind of like wee lumpy scabby bits, and I start pulling, and fucking shit starts coming off. So then I'm starting Googling. I'm basically giving myself chemical burns on my head.
So that's your midlife crisis.
That's me the whole day driving to Cardiff, picking shit off my head. And then it got worse, right? So I went and did the gig in Cardiff, and I turned up and people were like, who the fuck, what do you look like? And then I came out of the gig in Cardiff, and because I'd driven to it, and it was in a residential kind of area, and I'd parked my car, it's a hire car, I come out, it's now dark, and I don't recognise any of the streets, and I hadn't put like a pin. So I wandered about a Cardiff residential area looking like this for 40 minutes, beeping every car I passed. So eventually,
you spent more time looking for the car than
the
same amount of time that you're supposed to be bleaching your head for.
And then by this point, I went because I was supposed to be going to do a gig in Durham afterwards. I was going to play cricket yesterday as well for the first time ever.
What was this about?
It was a charity game.
Okay,
it was actually really good.
I would say it's fun to play.
And so by that point, I was like, right, I'm going to drive home to Glasgow, and then I'm just going to drive to Durham tomorrow. I don't care. I need to be in my bed at some point.
Yeah.
And then so I was driving back, and I'll get knackered again, and I slept in a service station for a couple of hours in the car.
Oh no!
And then I was like, I still got enough time to go home and get a wee bit of a sleep, and then drive again. And then I hit this traffic, and I only found out. So I was sitting it for ages, and then it took a massive diversion. So I then couldn't go home, or I'd be late for the cricket. and I found out that a milk tanker had basically railroaded across the central reservation straight into oncoming cars, so they'd closed a whole bit of the motorway.
It's such a fucking dramatic.
So it's been a hell of a weekend.
I can't get past the fact that you've chemically burned yourself.
Yeah, it's really sore as well.
I would say so. Like you've bleached.
Really, really sore, and like it's like washing my hair. Like having a shower is painful.
Your hair's
really
not supposed to have feeling.
Yes, I
know. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's very sore.
That was so bad. You've met an absolute ball. I can just imagine your kids coming back.
Oh, like, they fucking.
You turn around, you're like Simon Weston.
Oh, they hated like they hated it when they came back as well, and so I'm trying to rectify it now because I'm going on holiday, and. The thing, because I always do these kind of daft things as just a daft bastard.
Yeah.
And then I forget that because we're going on a family holiday, some people might want to keep these images nice. And you know what I mean? It looks like you're on holiday with fucking mid-crisis Gaza. You know what I mean? Like
Fat Sherry.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
M&M's, a whole bag.
We had... I'm wearing a Sinn Féin hat, right? But there is
I know, you'd fucking you talk, my God. Actively promoting violence on the...
They are a legitimate political party. Rich Mazzara got me it. But look at this. I listened to music so much one day. This is a new thing for bald lads, you know, like earphones, headphones, and the thing just started leaving like a divot.
Well, like a newborn baby gets.
like a divot. I went like this. I was like, and I felt like a crevice in my head, like, and I went, oh. I seen a Twitch streamer doing a charity thing, and he like charity shave his hair, and when he shaved his head, he went an actual groove.
Oh my God!
He was like. He left a groove in his head.
Jesus Christ.
He started screaming, as you would, like.
That's mental. It happens to golfers. Because golfers wear caps a lot. They either wear a full baseball cap or they wear like the kind of peaked sun visor cap because they're playing into the sun quite a lot. You see golfers. I nearly said you see balders. see these bald pricks. But you see golfers that are like 23 years old, and then when they putt on the 18th and are like greeting the gallery, they'll take their hat off and they're fucking completely bald. Like they've got that there, they've got that proper old school thing around there, but then bald as fuck.
Oh, that's such.
Because the hat is just because they've worn a hat pretty much every day for years.
I thought you were going to say like it started shaping their skull. So if you had, so you know if you had that one with like it's like a sun visor. And when they take it off, their head just kind of.
Oh yeah.
Mushrooms a little bit. Wee mushroom head at the top. Looks like a bell end.
See that baby thing, the wee dent they get in their head.
Yeah.
Because have you ever held a baby and not at some point in your head going,
yeah, of course,
poke it, like, just see how much it can.
Yeah. Are you bad at maths?
I wonder if you could just poke different bits and see what it turns out as.
Unscrewed the top of my. There we go.
Maybe it happened to you when you were young.
That'd be so horrific. I did feel like a thing. I felt like a groove. It goes away, you know. You can see it with old lads when they wear sunglasses, and you can see like the fat of the side of their head. Like,
well, it used to happen.
Like seeping
Did not happen with gamers where they would get like arthritic thumbs?
Aye.
Because they're just sitting there all day.
Thumbs of their granddad.
Yeah.
Flicking their. That's what they don't tell you about games. Well, how bad your thumbs will be when you're 80 years old.
What a consequence of the gaming generation.
You shite thumbs when
you're going past an old guy in his 80s and you're going... and he's like... He's raging because you think you're taking the piss. You're raging because the fuck cheek of that old prick. Then you give me the thumbs up back.
I think gaming's done great work for the fingering game. You know, people have had practice that people would never have had in the 80s. Not the 80s, but 80s was more of a joystick.
Aye, which is a violent move in bed. a real punch to the guts. That move. There's a fingering scene in today's film.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, fingering's one way to put it.
Yeah,
it's a full blown fucking. It's like right. I will say when you put this movie to me, I thought I'd seen it because I remember saying to you about a mouse, and I was like, I think there was something about a mouse, but I'm pretty sure I've now just seen that. And I don't remember a single thing in this. Don't remember any of the people in it.
You don't?
I keep mixing them all together, like Not Another Teen Movie.
Yeah.
And Eurotrip. And
Eurotrip is the sequel to this.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I've never seen Eurotrip. We were doing Road Trip, by the way. It's early 2000s sex comedy.
Yeah.
Suppose.
As WAW. I remember it was WAW given out when Netflix always used to put on a segment saying raunchy comedies.
Yeah.
Like, raunchy.
Raunchy, yeah, I know. Yeah. Raunchy's a word that should have died with the Carry On films.
Yeah.
That's I wouldn't describe it as raunchy. It's a lot ruder than I remembered.
Well, I checked. You had to make sure that I had to make sure that I had the rude and
explicit.
So I had to rent it.
Yeah.
So I had to rent it, which doesn't count towards the game. You found it for the quid, but I had to rent it.
Oh yeah.
£4.
I know that's gonna happen. I
had to get the. Yeah.
I watched. Oh no, I didn't. Somebody told me I could have watched it on an illegal stream, but I definitely didn't.
No, not at all. Never. I noticed that apparently the unrated part was just a couple of the topless scenes.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. That's literally it. The unseen explicit stuff that you couldn't see in the cinema is one scene where bizarre. I mean, I know they kind of frame it as it's how men think women are in the showers at high school, but it's just a load of topless girls.
Yeah.
And the unseen and unexplicit, they just added a couple more topless people. That's it.
I saw someone comment in the goofs section.
Right.
They went, oh yeah, the lips, all those people that were chatting in that shower scene, they're completely out of sync, their voice and the thing, but nobody notices because they're looking at the tits.
Really?
I was like,
my God.
And I was like, I almost wanted to rewind back more for that when I found out.
That sounds
like a Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed that they were completely out of sync apparently, and I was like, that movie's done it.
God, you could really imagine they'd said something provocative and no one has noticed this whole time because everyone's been so intent and staring at naked breasts. It's like, it's my boyfriend, he's done this thing to me, kill a Jews.
I only saw titties.
So the story, if you've not seen it, is it's kind of like an American Pie. It's feeding off American Pie because it was so successful.
Yeah.
And it's all those kind of guys, because Stifler's in it.
Yes.
And it's all those dudes that are in. You know they're in a load of these kind of films, but you don't really know which ones. And I can't remember any of the characters' names because I was thinking about this on the drive over, and I cannot, because I was going to reference them when I was talking about them, but I can't remember. I think the main guy was called Josh, but I can't remember any of the rest of them.
I know that one of the actors' name's DJ Quayle.
His name's DJ Quayle.
Yeah. The weird looking dude, the guy who owned the car that they crashed.
The wee nerdy wee guy.
The wee freaky. Weird.
He's DJ Quayle.
Yeah, that's DJ Quayle. That's his name.
That's not his stage name. That's not his hype name. No.
DJ Quayle's a real man.
Jesus, what else is he in?
Do you know what I googled him because I thought he looked old. He looks like the guy that was in Three Billboards in Evan, Missouri. The thing, but he wasn't. He just looks like another weird looking kind of dude.
Aye.
It wasn't him. And then I googled, and he's been in a lot of these type of films. I don't know any big ones else he's.
Because I recognised the main guy.
I knew him, but I don't know.
But I don't know what the hell he was in.
Yeah. I've noticed a couple. There's one brilliant one that I noticed that I nearly fucking blew an aneurysm trying to think. Is his girlfriend Tiffany?
Tiffany,
the original girlfriend, is Peep Show.
The TV series?
Yeah.
No.
She's Jez's girlfriend, the American.
Wow.
I was watching her going, I know who this is.
Yeah.
It was about an hour and I didn't want to Google it, and it took me and I just was like, fucking Peep Show, what's her name? Nancy.
Wow.
Nancy in Peep Show is Tiffany in this film. I couldn't believe it. I thought she was like, obviously when you see Peep Show you think it's just someone in a UK based actor. But there you go.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Amy Smart is now bigger. But
what is Amy Smart?
Crank.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Well, I hope we get to Crank.
I can't wait
some
till
way.
we do Crank. I mean, like, I say for 1 month we just do a season of Statham.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the basic story is this guy Josh, he's got to university and he's... it's all told as a tale by Tom Green.
Yeah.
We'll get to fucking Tom Green.
Yeah.
But so him and his girlfriend have a long distance relationship because they go to different. Well, he goes to Ithaca, which isn't a real university in America.
Yeah.
But I don't know where it is. I'm assuming it's around about that Boston-y kind of area where Princeton and all the big unis are.
Yeah.
And she goes to Austin. No, it can't be Boston because there's a mix-up.
That is a mix-up.
So maybe it's, I don't know, it's fucking
wherever,
somewhere
else.
I
believe they're 1,800 miles is apparently how long.
So whatever, if you take Austin and then go in any direction, you'll get to know what area it might be.
yeah.
Work it out.
Just get a fucking protractor.
Yeah, and so they call each other pretty much every day, try to keep this spark alive.
Yeah,
and then he's being wooed by Amy Smart.
Yeah.
Who really fancies him because he's in one of her class. He's one of his philosophy class.
Yeah.
And then so he's not heard from his girlfriend for a couple of days, and he's called her, and then he gets shit off her roommate because he keeps calling. He's planning to send her a video where he like sings a song to her, and he just says, "Hey, I'm missing you. Just wondering why I can't get in touch with you." And then he's convinced that. Oh, that's basically it. She's found someone else, and he starts thinking about the fact that she's pumping other dudes.
Yeah.
And then that night, Stifler.
We're just going to
call him Stifler.
It's not like he's a very different character.
Yeah, exactly. He's the same dude. I like him.
Slightly too.
I like Sean William Scott a lot.
He's
like,
great in It's Always Sunny.
Yeah. He's brilliant in what's that? The ice hockey film?
Not Role Models.
It's not The Jerk. It's like the Gimp. Is it the Gimp? No, it's not the Gimp.
The Gimp. I do feel like you're something along those lines.
It's something. Is it? No, it's not the Goof or the Gonk or.
The Goof,
the Goon, the Goon. It's the Goon.
Okay.
The Gimp. My God, we went round the houses there, didn't we? We started off with him trussed up in leather with a pool ball in his mouth.
Sean William Scott, he was excellent in The Gimp.
yeah, you know, Pulp Fiction, The Gimp. He was excellent as the Gimp.
Oh, fuck.
He has a party, which is the classic American parties.
Yeah.
Like Kevin Bridges has a great routine about this, the difference between British and American parties. Because the fact that there's a live band there. I mean, there's a live and a good live band, not just like folk that are in the class that maybe play. They're an actual band.
Yeah.
And then they have an auction of women.
I love the part they did jump in, even though at one stage and we're like. During the auction, they're like, "No, this is not for just sexual, some sort of." But half of them were just like,
"I know."
Fucking like can't fucking wait.
But I think Amy Smart, because there's like this creepy guy in the class who is stalking her basically,
and they introduce him. Do you remember how they introduce him? He's walking around before that, he's walking through the campus and he's got a God is Awesome jumper on.
Oh, does he? Oh, yes.
And he puts the coat on the other teacher. Like, you know, as if he's a servant, putting it around.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a good way to bring it
Because at
in.
the end, when you find out what everyone's ended up to, he's joined a cult and convinced a load of people to commit suicide, but he's the only one that does it. And then as soon as he takes it, the rest of them go, nah. Which I read, right? That cult... So they're all cutting about in like black robes, but they've all got like Adidas. I don't know if they're Adidas or Nike shoes on.
Okay.
Right. So it was based kind of on the. Who was there was one where they all drank.
St. John's.
I drank. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
But there was another one. I can't remember the name of it. There was another one that genuinely all wore this particular Nike type of trainer. And then Nike discontinued it because it was completely like it was like the fucking cult suicide shoe du jour. Like, you know, like if you're
Nike cover everything.
Like
Air Jordans and ritual suicides.
I suppose if there's one slogan you want for a ritual suicide, just do it. It's pretty much the one to go for. Like.
Oh fuck.
Where are we going to go? We've either got this, Asda, every little helps. It doesn't really work.
Frosties. Great. I can't say such a stupid. Every little helps.
So you get the cult dude who fancies her and is a bit weird, a proper creepy guy.
Yeah.
And he's obviously gonna bid shitloads for her when it comes to her. And then she says to Josh, her main man, you have to outbid, and he goes like, I'm skint, I've got fuck all, and then he ends up winning her for like $28 or something like that. Which is, consider the girl before goes for $350, I think. It's some big Samoan dude that just goes $350 and he's like sold.
It's devastating
You'd
for her.
Feel like shit. $350.
It's 9 times off.
An entire room of horny college students.
One bid.
$350.
Not the first guy. Jesus, you can never get sold to the first guy.
But,
what did the money go towards?
I don't actually know.
I don't know why.
That's
I
a good point.
Was it for
surely it must go to the
charity?
The girl.
Oh yeah, I mean,
must. But then that's.
Oh, maybe it's just to pay the electricity bill in those frats.
It's to pay the band.
That's
it's a whip. They're like that. Look, we cannot. We need a whip round for the band. Women, anyone.
That's why frats don't exist in the UK, because nobody owns houses.
Yeah, that's true. The fraternity thing. I'll finish this story very quickly.
Yeah, we should actually.
I want to talk about the fraternities actually. So he wins the auction.
Yeah.
To win Amy Smart, and then she kind of says, right, so here's your prize, and then seduces him, and then she sees this camera sitting on his table, and she's like, right, I'll interview you, and it ends up into full-blown sex. First
of all, she turns on the camera and it's immediately already linked to the TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck were you doing?
Yeah, I know.
What was the last thing you were doing?
He's filming the video for so he's obviously framing himself so he can get.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yes,
but it's that really grainy early 2000s video camera. And then so they have sex, and this is all videoed. And then he comes in sprightly in the morning, and they're all in his room, and.
He shows her.
He's asked his pal to post the video to his girlfriend in the last meal.
Yeah.
And then they're like that, right, we had sex, and we don't believe you. And then he goes, points the camera, and then they're like, fucking, let's watch it. And then very, very quickly he gives in.
Oh, yeah. It was
so quick.
Yeah.
Like I would.
All right, fire it up.
I would.
No, please, pulling a USB stick out of his.
I can't imagine much worse. Than having like you, Elliot, Milo, all sitting there watching me have like that would be bad.
You putting it on? All right, guys, gather around. Get the bean bags up close.
But it turns out that he sent the wrong tape. He sent the tape of him having sex with her to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then they need to go on a road trip to try and intercept the mail.
Before they intercept it, she comes back, doesn't she, the girlfriend? And the reason she's gone is something like her
grandfather died. She's been in bits. Had to go and comfort her mum. And he's fucking horsing away at a woman he's just won in an auction.
Won in an auction, that's because he was sad because he didn't get a message back.
Oh, God.
What a setup for a film.
Yeah.
And then
it is just a road trip.
Then it's a straight up road trip.
Yeah.
The whole story, by the way, is told like a narrative too, isn't it? From like just a tour guide.
Yeah, it's Tom Green.
Yeah.
He's been at uni because he's like a 34-year-old man.
Yeah.
But he's been at uni for 8 years.
Yeah. In fairness, I did 5.
But so did I actually. What the fuck are we talking about?
I did 5. I was sitting there going like, I can't do too much.
Because I can't. Do you remember when Tom Green was huge?
Yes, I do.
For a brief period.
I didn't know him.
I
think I met him at the Fringe.
Did you?
He was at the Fringe, wasn't he? Like about 2017 or something like that. Yeah.
Because he had a show. I remember the Tom Green show being on like.
I don't know if
it was comedy. It might have been MTV actually.
Yeah, I remember it. I never watched it
because it was all in around about that Jackass stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was around about the same kind of time. Around when
Slackers.
this film, Jackass was big when this film was out.
Oh
And,
yeah, it would have been, yeah.
Did you ever see? Because I loved Jackass.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, very, very, very funny. At that age, I thought it was class. Did you ever see the British one?
Dirty Sanchez?
Dirty Sanchez, the
They were
Welsh
horrible,
boys.
so-
Jesus Christ!
I've seen Dirty Sanchez live.
Have you?
They came to our university.
Amazing.
Yeah.
A live show where they just hurt each other.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. Can't even remember much of what they did, but it was all things and nails and shit.
They went extreme. Like they properly hurt each other.
Yeah. It was less fun
Yeah.
because you're like, it's more disturbing
Aye.
rather than the.
Because it wasn't, at least because I suppose Jackass had the production values. They could do elaborate setups where they would explode a toilet on a building site and shit like that. But the fact I do remember laughing a lot at Dirty, because I quite like Dirty Sanchez as well. I thought it was very funny. But I do remember one where they'd got there was one guy that always got pissed.
Yeah.
Pancho, I think his name was, and he'd fallen asleep in a tent. And then the next day, they just tied his feet together with a rope and then tied it to the back of a car. And they just dragged him about a field.
Fucking hell!
That's fucking genuinely could die.
I feel like frat parties is that's like the same thing as like Tory MPs get.
Yeah.
When they're in college.
Yeah.
It's quite similar.
It is.
It is. Banging, pigs and all.
Because I always thought, I always liked college films, and I'd kind of set myself up for a fall, thinking that uni was going to be.
It really wasn't on
similar, and it was so nothing like it.
Yeah, well, at least not ours anyway.
No, but the fraternity thing, I find fascinating.
Yeah, we just don't have them.
No, I don't think we've ever had them. But you're right. I didn't even think about that. Those Bullingdon clubs will be the closest we have.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
to that kind of thing. Like a kind of secret society where you have got weird handshakes and all different sayings, and then
you all wear those fucking eyes wide shut things, and
a
lot of buffets, a lot of finger food.
I remember the night that news came out that David Cameron had shagged a pig.
What a day for you!
Oh my God! I must have sat tweeting jokes for about 3 hours straight. I just kept thinking of different things. It was amazing.
Great day. I love it when something like that used to break and you were just you were right in there.
I'd have been gutted.
Now it's limited.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Limiting tweet.
Big Elon.
Big Elon's limiting Twitter, so you can't be tweeting 600 tweets about.
I know. I
fucking pigs.
Can't even read my own tweets.
Fucking hell.
But Tom Green. I don't care for the man.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
I think. Do you know what I hate? I hate stupid comedy.
Okay.
I don't mind dumb comedy.
Yeah.
I don't mind like slapstick. Laugh all day.
Yeah.
Stuff like Naked Gun, sight gags.
Love it.
Play on what? I fucking laugh my ass off all day. I don't like people acting stupid just to. And that's what it does.
So you think it's just a dense character?
Just random shit. I hate when there's no. There probably is thought behind it. I'm probably doing people a massive disservice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure because you get them at the Fringe. You get clowns. That's just what I. Because I don't like clowns anyway. The actual traditional clowns. But I hate this fucking clowning shit where it's just like, look how random I can be. Look at
it is a lot of yeah.
Here's my closer. I've filled a tuba full of ham. Let's see how far we can get it. Fuck off. Write a joke, you fucking cunt. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm sure they say the same about me when they watch.
You fucking listen here, Tom. Write a fucking joke.
I'm sure when they watch stuff, people like us, they'd go, "Why don't you just loosen up and be a bit, funnier?" And or like, why don't you take the audiences?
Hi, Colin. Why don't you just start drawing fucking wanker on your head?
But
mid podcast. That would actually be fun.
It's just not for. It's not for me.
I didn't like. He eats a mouse in it, but there was nothing to it. I thought there was going to be more to it. I thought there was going to be a build up or some reason, but really he just was acting weird with the snake. And the snake would eat the mouse, and he just decided to. Because
he stays behind. He doesn't go on the road trip because he wants to. He's obsessed with the snake eating the mouse.
Yeah.
But those are I hated when it went back to his story back there.
Yeah.
Because none of that was funny for me.
Yeah.
The funny stuff was on the road trip.
Yeah,
I found some of that.
Yeah.
Very
There's
funny.
one part of the film is my favorite.
Right.
My favorite part is when they do like a jump over like an old bridge,
Yeah.
and he wrecks the car, you know. But the next day they find the father who's like a policeman. Is he? No,
He's an ex. He's an ex-cop. It's Fred Ward.
Fred Ward
from Tremors.
So Fred Ward from Tremors is an ex-cop, whatever. But he thinks that his son's gone missing, and they find the car completely burnt out and and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm sure everything's going to be okay." And then another policeman says, another policeman said, "I'd guess someone. If I had to guess, I think someone was raped and murdered here last night."
Yeah, okay, exactly the same quote.
I shat it. I thought it was the funniest.
Fred Ward goes, "What the hell do you mean by that?"
What the hell do you mean by that?
Pretty much does what it says in the tin there, man.
The muller's like, "Oh." And there's like the guy's even sitting there going, "No semen." There was no signs of a struggle, but the guy just went, "There's been a rape and murder." Excellent.
Aye, the whole road trip's very funny. They because they turn up to because they run out of money, and then they go to the what they call motel, and because one of the guys is a massive stoner, the really thoughtful philosophical guy.
Yeah,
he's a massive stoner, and then he goes into the guy in the morning and says, "Hey, you wouldn't know where we'd be able to buy any weed?" And he goes, "No, sure not." And he's like, "Can I get you a child prostitute?" Maybe have a guy killed.
Oh, that's right. Have a guy off.
Then he cut a guy off. Then he goes like, "Sorry, Cheech."
That's it. What a fucking pedophilia to fucking weed. Do you want a beer? Why don't I fuck this child where he stands? How about that? Yeah, fucking hell. They and he looks like a fucking stoner too.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to go the complete opposite.
Yeah. There's some funny when they go to another fraternity. Because the stoner guy's like, "Oh, my brother's in this fraternity. Well, my brother told me about this fraternity, so I know the handshake and the sayings and all that stuff." And they turn up and it's an all black fraternity. And then they play an amazing prank on him. The students, because they turn up and go, "Just look through this guy's bag and found this," and it's a Klan hood. And he's like, and he faints
out of panic. He wakes up, everyone loves him then at the end. That's DJ Quills, isn't it?
That's DJ Quills.
DJ Quills.
DJ Quills has sex with a very large, very large black woman.
That's right. I forgot about that. And he comes out the next morning doing a load of the finger guns and
then he kept her pants.
Oh, that's right.
And then he goes, "Did someone kill a cheetah?" Oh fuck!
I found another person in it that I knew as well. Do you remember the part they go to the school for the blind?
Yeah.
And they try and say, "Do you know who the woman was?"
The blind woman that they steal the bus from.
Gail the snail from It's Always Sunny.
Oh my god!
I'm clocking them.
That's amazing.
I was like, I know who that is, and that one I got pretty sharpish.
This is becoming a regular feature.
Yeah. Well, your regular feature was, "Hey Ryan, I can find someone horny in every film," but that's
when it was very easy. It was incredibly easy.
Fucking Stifler said to him at the very start when he was chatting about it, he was wondering if he was going to cheat on his girlfriend, and Stifler said, "Anytime you pass up sex of any time, you're cheating yourself."
Yeah. And then he does an impression of his dick. He's like, "I sure hate to be." He's like, he goes down and he goes, "I hate being Josh's dick. It's so lonely. I wish I was your dick."
He says, by the time you're 40, you'll be paying for these girls.
Oh, I know, that hit me hard. I was like, oh no. Because I probably at the time in my early 20s was sitting there watching that going, "Christ, he's right actually. I fucking..."
And now look at you. Now look at you.
Paying for it.
Chemical burn in your head. Chemical burn in your head to try and work it.
Thank God I've grown up.
Oh, fucking hell.
The other thing that does a voice, when because they go to stay with Tom Green's grandparents, and the guy's outside. First of all, they turn up and the granddad's got a massive erection.
Oh,
he knocks over a vase.
He doesn't give a fuck either.
And the way The wife just goes, Jim, your boner. It's fucking huge stoner.
What was he watching? Was it Baywatch or something?
I don't know.
I can't remember what he was
like,
watching.
This damn Viagra.
Take a Viagra and you start watching the news.
Do you know what? That was a similar thing happened to me when I was. We used to go. Me and my brother and my sister used to go and stay with my grandparents. Each set of grandparents for like 3 weeks each during the summer holidays.
Okay.
And this would be around about, I reckon, maybe I would be about 12 and my brother would be 9 and my cousin was 11 and he lived in the same town. So we used to hang about with my grandparents, and this was about the time when we were starting getting erections, and we found it hilarious. We found it fucking funny as out, you know, like we were just like almost pre doing anything with it, but just going, hey, look at that. And I remember one day coming down my grandparents' stairs.
I'm already the tension I have here.
And walking in and going, hey, just in jammy bottoms, and this boner sticking out. And my gran had one of her friends round. It was this woman, this old woman who had a beard. She had like three really long white wispy beard things coming from her chin, right? And my brother's told me since, and he's like that. Honest to God, he was like, me and your cousin, we couldn't stop fucking laughing. We were like, we'd never laughed so much in my life with you coming in going, hey. And then this woman who looked like fucking Skeletor just goes around like that. It's like, you could see the hairs blowing in the wind as she turned.
Oh, no.
Just to stare at your tiny teenage boner.
What was she over for? Because I hope it was...
Just tea.
I thought it'd be great if it was something like she just got divorced because of her hair.
She's collecting for the church.
He burst into the door like fucking Kool-Aid guy.
It was
Helicopter. So you're not supposed to helicopter with a hard on. Fucking hell.
Because then the old guy goes out to smoke weed with the
stoner that's dudes. Right. Oh,
and then the dog starts talking to him.
I forgot about that. That was so fucking funny.
Because I'm not a weed man. But because I thought that would be more of a mushroom thing.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
there's no way we'd be strong enough to...
I've never even had visuals.
Aye.
Like, I've had minor visuals if you get proper fucked, maybe on an edible. But no, not to that.
You wouldn't hear a dog giving you instructions.
No, that'd be mushrooms or acid.
Aye.
Yeah, very much so. I've had mushroom ones, like... I had a great time when I took ones with Milo. I took ones and Milo's face was melting.
Did he become interesting?
Well, I was in tears laughing no matter what he was saying. He was trying to be deep and meaningful as usual. And his face is on fire and his skin's melting, and I can start seeing like blood in the bone coming down.
Jesus.
And I'm dying laughing, and he was like, "What are you laughing at?" And I go, "Oh man, you're melting, and it's so fucked, and it's so." And he goes like, "Why the fuck are you laughing?"
Jesus.
He was like, "Why are you laughing?" And that set me off even more. I was like, it's like he was doing a chemical burn. He was trying to get his fucking hair done. Why are you laughing? The best one though was the time. I'll tell you, my favorite first time I did magic mushrooms was my best. I had like a 7-hour. I woke up like all my stomach muscles were gone. I was in Amsterdam with 2 free friends, right? And we had taken them. It was probably our first time properly taking them, but we stayed all together. We're in Amsterdam. I got so fucked up, and I rang. I remember his name. His name is Al. He was the Airbnb guy, and I rang him up, going like. I was in tears ringing him. He's real proper gold member accent, which made it funnier. And I was like, listen, Al, I just want to ask because, like, first of all, I was just checking through the tenancy agreement, the deposit and all that. And I just, there's nothing in here about the walls melting. And and the walls are currently melting, Al. And I'm just wondering, is that going to come out of my deposit? And he was like, he could hear it in his voice, like, excuse me. And then I remember saying, I can see the baby next door.
Fucking hell. I just want to check. Are the walls supposed to be melting? What terrible review then.
And if so, is it coming out of my deposit? If the walls have melted? And it was
What an advert! 5 stars, close to the local train station, many amenities, walls may melt.
Oh, it's fucking excellent.
Oh,
that would get you to get a dog maybe to talk to you. That would freak me out though if a dog talked to me. I'd be like, okay, you stepped too far into this now.
The dog's quite abusive as well. He's like, hey Frank, go in and tell that bitch to make me some pancakes.
For some reason, this guy's idea of dogs is just an old Millwall fan. Actual Boomer the dog. That's a weird reference to episode 3's episode 2 Independence.
Episode 2, yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell. There's a part where I have to bring up is when Tiffany turns up at. So what happens is Tom Green isn't explaining. A place where your man's gone to. He's going to Austin or whatever to find that girl.
Yeah, and he says Boston.
He says Boston instead of Austin.
Yeah.
So he sends Amy Smart off to Boston.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
right?
about.
And then she turns up at Boston, says Tiffany Henderson. I'm looking for Tiffany Henderson. Obviously, looking for basically your boy's actual girlfriend. And she gives them a random.
There is a Tiffany Henderson.
There is a Tiffany Henderson, and she basically breaks up. And she freaks out and starts smashing the cars up with a baseball bat.
And she starts beating him to death. This poor guy comes in and goes, what the hell are you doing?
Just clubbing him to death in the street. My favourite thing about this is hilarious. Very funny. Top class mix up. But she doesn't break it up. She doesn't go in to go like, I can actually refix this, so sorry. I think she just kind of sneaks off the back of the crowd and goes, oh.
Yeah, she asked someone what's going on here, and she was like, oh, he's been cheating on her. She goes,
and she just fucks off rather than like, and then she comes back to him and basically goes like, oh, because of your mistake, you tell me this thing, you've ruined some guy's life. I was like, hold on,
I know. You
could have quite easily stopped this. That was also a great one.
Yeah, it's very funny. And then when she gets the bus, because she gets the bus, it's the bus back. That's the director. That's the
is that Todd?
Todd Phillips. Yeah, he plays like
the Joker.
Creepy wee foot fetishist. She's trying to sleep, and he's basically trying to lick her toes.
That was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it's a totally unnecessary bit. There's no
totally
need for that.
Fucking there was nothing to it.
There's nothing in that at all. It's not a weird bit.
It's like the lesser thing about Tarantino, and all his film has feet in it.
Yeah,
making himself do feet things. He just wanted to suck Amy Smart's
well,
Amy Fart. He wanted to suck Amy Smart's feet, and he just
maybe that was a day. Like Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez used to just direct scenes in each other's films.
Yeah.
That was a day where Todd Phillips just went, you don't fancy directing a scene, and he's come back and gone, what the fuck is this? Why with the feet all the time? This doesn't make any sense. This is just an added 2 minutes that doesn't need to be in the film.
Just a fucking megabus scene, essentially. I always rub the hair of the girl in front of me on the bus, so she knows I'm not a threat. What a way to spark fear in someone. Turn around, just me, bald dude, going, don't worry about it.
You should do that. Regardless of who's on the bus, and regardless of how long they're here, right? You should lean forward and put it over yours and take a photo and just try and pick out what I'm gonna get. Just trying different people's hair over you.
Oh god!
Like the Dulux colour chart. You're just getting a photo of you draped hair over. This one, please. Have you ever had because I've tried long distance relationships.
Oh, I've had
and
those.
They don't really work.
No, they're hard. They're difficult. I'll give you that. Like, I mean, there's a different level than posting sex tips.
I think there's always going to be one person that is going to do better.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
With it, so I always think that about open relationships.
Oh,
I don't see when people go, we're in an open relationship. It was a mutual decision. It wasn't though. Like one of you was pushing for this a lot more than the other one.
The one was giving a wee high five and then going into the toilet, going, "Oh, what the fuck? Why am I putting up with this just to keep it alive?"
I've had one in 6 months. She's currently got 6 in the go.
All week.
What a horrific life that would be.
That is so terrible. You're trying to put up numbers just to try and make it feel less sad.
But like the kid in Face Off, putting on the headphones so he doesn't need to hear the carnage going on next door in his marital bed.
Oh, that's so grim. See a dick coming through the wall.
Oh, my bad. Wrong room. Just me and the granddad coming in with boners. Hey!
Oh, the granddad of the boner. I forgot. Already, I feel like I've blacked it out of my mind every time. It was a very funny smashing of the vase with it. That was, that could have been slightly funny, but for some reason
there's a lot of good. There's a lot of great sight gags.
Yeah,
There's a brilliant gag where DJ Quail is.
I can't believe we're calling him still his real name's fucking outrageous.
Well, what we're doing on our Twitter and Instagram is we're only going to follow people. Once we start getting guests, we'll follow them, just to be polite. But just now, we're only following one person from each film we do.
Yeah.
And if we can find DJ Quail, then...
DJ Quails is the one we want to film in that one.
Oh, God.
Following that one.
Because I tried to find Eric Sean, but he doesn't have a Twitter.
Does he not?
No.
Fuck's sake.
The sight gag, so when DJ Quail is... getting he's chatting up, he's being chatted up by the girl at the All Black fraternity.
Yeah,
they're sitting on an outside swinging bench, and he's up here, and it's down like that because she's so massive. She's just sitting down.
Oh, I remember now. Fucking hell. Yeah, that was. I love the part. Right, one of my favorite things about it is, the sperm bank.
Oh God, I can't believe we've not even mentioned this. How long have we got left?
Oh, we've got enough for this.
Because this needs to be talked about.
Right. First, so I did some looking into this, right? It's very funny that they ran out of money, basically, in the film. They run out of money and they think... My problem is immediately they ran out of money and immediately were like, well, to the sperm bank.
Yeah.
Usually, I've looked into how much...
There's no yard work available.
There's nothing.
You couldn't go to a local farm and go, listen, we'll pick your crops for the day. All you need to do is give us a couple of bucks, maybe a room for the night. Even in the barn, we'll sleep there. But no, literally the only option they have
is the sperm bank.
Yeah.
First come, first serve. They fucking...
So how much does it?
I did something. Right, first of all, they can't just wander in. They have to be pre-approved for a couple of weeks before, and stuff like that. You don't want the...
There's no drop-ins.
There's no drop-in clinic. No drop-in cum clinic. That'd be wild when you think about it. You can't just take any man's cum. That's all. That's what basically the medicine.
That's a rule I always live my life by. You can't take anyone's cum.
So in the UK, how much do you think one visit to the sperm bank, if you get approved, is? How much you get per load?
Is just this you giving it over? You don't have to. It doesn't have to have gone on to father a child.
No, just
you in the jar. That's it.
Tap it off.
So it's not going to be. I would say 50 quid.
So in the UK, it's 35 quid.
Right.
How much do you think it is in the US?
Well, they don't have health insurance, so I'd imagine it'd be a lot less. So if it's 35 here, $20.
It is on average $100 to $120.
What?
Per load in America.
Wow.
You get 3 times as much if you get pre-approved. So it's actually... I checked it out. I was like, I wonder how much these are. So they're trying to get $100 there, technically.
That's amazing. We were in America.
We could have...
Not that long after fucking money I've let slip through my fingers.
They love so much. That'd be so bad. You lose a hand in fucking blackjack and you go, well, cum clinic. Cum clinic's way better than sperm bank. Yeah. After the cum clinic, I don't think it's called that.
I mean, there's a whole moral issue over that. If you can get, I don't think I could do it because I wouldn't like the thought of a kid being out there that was mine that you'd never ever know about.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's a weird thing to have. But if you could get over that,
yeah,
and you're struggling for money,
yeah.
I mean, that's quite easy money to make.
I don't know how strict it would be. To get approved, I wonder.
I mean, you surely can't go in if you're pre-approved. You can't go in every day, surely.
No,
you can
I'd said once or twice.
Spending the rest of your night drinking yogurt and eating protein, and just to make sure you've got a fresh load for the morning, like a fucking
pineapple and kiss and kiss it,
like a fucking Frisian cow. You're just stuck in a. Stuck in a factory.
Well, it's funny because it would turn masturbation into work.
Well, isn't it already work? My age it is. It's a task.
Can you get a loan out of the sperm bank? That's why I keep my cum under my mattress. That's so stupid.
Fucking bankers.
Such fucking bankers.
The sperm bank crash of 2008. I lost everything. 90 gallons gone.
Oh my god.
Why the fuck did I invest it all in Icelandic sperm banks?
Gallons of cum's a terrible fucking unit to be. The great sperm bank.
Oh god.
You feel like a depression though, you get more cum if anything when it comes to
That's why I keep my spunk under my bed. I don't trust the government. I don't trust the Great Reset. They're not keeping tabs on me.
You're just like, what's that under the bed, Granddad? He pulls out a shoebox. Already dripping.
Different years on it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Progressively darker and darker as you go back.
Oh no. Oh god. Oh, fuck, that's shocking.
Oh, is that a good way to finish it off? I don't think we've got much funnier than that.
Yeah, there's just the prostate massage, and that was the
Oh
only.
God, we'll talk about that.
We'll go off the prostate massage, and we'll
So, because Stifler, it's really weird the way it happens because she's very quickly so they send Josh because two of them can't do it because one of them smoked weed recently, and then there's a very funny bit where you can't do it if you've had sex in the last 24 hours, and then DJ Quayle goes, "Well, that rules me out because I had sex last night with a girl."
And she looks proper like Jesus Christ.
So the two of them, Josh goes in no bother, and then Stifler runs up behind her and goes, does he not first ask if she's got a specific type of magazine? Because he's really into Asian girls.
Fucking wild.
And then he says, you wouldn't mind coming give me a hand in there. And she very quickly just goes, aye, that seems like... That doesn't seem like the clinic would have any problem with that at all. That's absolutely protocol.
It's so many rules.
And then to give him it, she milks his prostate.
It's quite a scene, like.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very funny. It's very funny visual acting, actually,
from Sean William Scott. He deserves an Oscar, basically. Yeah, we're saying for all this.
Aye, he does. The noises he makes.
Oh, do you know, I just thought, imagine if he did win the Oscar anyway. Sometimes they show the scene. Like Anthony Hopkins as fucking some father figure or something, like doing a whole speech. He comes to Sean William Scott. Road trip, and it's him going.
Sean Penn cradling his son that's died.
Wind River.
Sean Penn in Wind River. Anthony Hopkins in Reagan. Sean William Scott road trip.
Blowing his muck into his bucket.
Have you ever had your prostate?
I've never had my prostate milk.
Neither have I.
It looks like it might be fun, but also looks like I feel like you could do lasting damage.
I've had a prostate exam. I had that a couple of weeks ago.
Different. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me at a doctor's. Like, I mean, it's like, I can't claim it wasn't all right. Well, the worst thing about it, right? Because at least in the film, they do it where he puts his palms. She says, "Put your palms on the table in front of you," and then he just arches his back, and then she just goes at him from behind. The way the doctor had to do it with me was I had to lie on like one of the wee beds they have in a doctor's surgery and turn away from him and pull my knees up.
Oh no!
To my chest, right? So he could get access, right? And you feel like I've never, because at least with that, there's a certain kind of still authority you've got.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're curled up in a ball, it
yeah.
does sound like this is being done not under your consent here. This isn't.
Yeah, if your arms are crawled up like a T-Rex.
Yeah. yeah. Do you know what?
What?
During my the prostate exam I had, right, there was 2 bits where I made a tit of myself.
Oh, great.
And the doctor also made a tit of himself. So he's doing it, right? So first of all, because I had to
Did
go
anything else come out? You know, like those people magnet fishing in the Amsterdam Canal. I was like, oh, a bicycle.
They found that submarine.
How did this?
God, that'd be hellish. If you'd been looking for something for years, then it was up your ass. Oh God, I remember that night. Jesus.
A whole fucking box. One of those magic music boxes. Open up in a little ballerina. What are you doing?
Plays the sounds of silence. do.
Not seen that since '98.
So I got a blood test as well, and I hate getting blood tests. I do a weird thing when I'm getting a blood test where I
cry.
I've fainted before.
I have fainted before too. Yeah.
Have you ever pretended you're like a heroin addict while you're getting
no,
this done?
No, never done
I've
that.
done that. I find it really helps, like a proper get into character, like a proper method. like
Tai Chi.
And then, so they did the blood test, and then I had to get the finger. 2 fingers it was. So he's explaining to me what will happen, and I'm looking away like that. And after he'd done it, I turned round and he said, well, all that looks spectacular. Right? And I was like, did he mean to say that? I don't know if he meant to say adequate, but spectacular seems like the wrong word to use to just describe fingering my arse. Like, I don't think...
Yeah, 9/11 was spectacular.
Yeah. Fireworks displays, spectacular.
Yeah.
My anus, I've never seen it, but I'm fairly certain it doesn't come under the term spectacular. So I was already going, that's weird. And then, because I was nervous about the whole thing, I've got a really weird nervous thing I do that sometimes puts people on edge, right? And I've done it to people where I'm leaving them, or I've said hello to someone I don't know. I wink, right? So that's what I did. So he's already described my arse as spectacular, and then as I've got up and pulled up my trousers, he's like, right, I'll let you know when those tests are done. And I just went, cheers for that. It was like. Like it was like I was on a building site and a guy just helped me reverse park. Cheers for that.
Oh God. Oh, a spectacular clean arsehole though. Right. So next week's film.
Yes.
No, I think we've had a good run in it.
Yeah. That sounds ominous.
Yeah, it did, right? I thought we had a good run in it, and I'm trying to make sure. Like, I got 2 films in a charity shop for this is 40 cents.
40 cents?
This cost me.
You got them in America?
40 40
pence. Oh yeah, I do. Oh God, are these from an Irish charity shop?
No, they aren't. I just said it back. So
okay.
I did actually get it in Edinburgh.
So you get both for 40 pence? 40 pence each?
I got one for, I think the other was 60 pence, but this is the 40. This is
good.
the 40 pence one, right? And it's not similar, but I laughed when I saw it because I remember how shit it is, but it is The Core.
Oh God! Oh Jesus! The disaster film, The Core.
It's our second disaster film, but I wanted to do this because on the cover it says Armageddon with a testosterone bypass, or Deep Impact without the soap opera. It's like you think it's.
I don't think I've ever seen it. This might be the first one I've not seen.
You've not seen this?
I don't think I've seen it.
I remember bits of it, and I remember it being fucking stupid as fuck.
Excellent. I love the fact that it was $1.49,
and then
they went, no one's buying out of this. Stick it down to 50 pence.
I wanted to find one that I don't remember. I think none of us will remember this or know this, so this is why I think this is a good one. Hilary Swank and Aaron Eckhart.
Delroy Lindo as well. It's got a good cast.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Aye. Well.
Aye. Oh, I'm looking forward to that then.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how The Core goes next.
Have you getting into this plug before we?
Now we're just doing roast battles again at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I'll be at some stage keep an eye out for releasing a special on YouTube. And
You said that the first week.
I know, yeah, it's coming. It's coming before the Fringe,
Right.
so I reckon maybe around my birthday time,
All right,
22nd of July. So
All right,
around
cool.
that time.
Cool. And I've got Fringe tickets on sale as well. All the links will be under the bump about this episode. Keep giving us reviews if you can, 5-star. But it's nice if you write a review as well.
Yeah,
Quite
we've
like
had
that.
some good ones.
We've had very nice comments
Yeah, it's weird.
thus far.
We had 1,000 downloads too.
We had
so
1,000 downloads
Yeah.
after. That was after only 3 episodes.
So fucking
So
excellent.
we're
yeah.
well chuffed with that. And follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All that
and all
shit.
that stuff. It's all on there. So I'm sure, like, you
know the shit,
fucking
you
know
know.
where to get stuff. It's not like
Hey, fuck off. You
spend
know
this
how they
amount of
work.
time. It's always there. Google absolute cuts. Literally everything's there. So. Right, we'll see you next week. Cheers.